welcome back. I'm Sonia Belfiore with Belfiore & Co. If you haven't been here before, we show you new construction all throughout northern Colorado for the life you are building. Today we are out in Windsor. We are at the Greenspire subdivision. We are here with Windmill Homes and we're going to check out their Fairplay model today. So come on in with me and let's take a look. Okay, so before we start going through the house, this is a 2-story floor plan that they're offering. There is 3,560 square feet here, and they do have a finished basement in this one. This one is being offered at $860,000, so keep that in mind as we're going through. This home is also not their actual model home. It is for purchase currently, so we are going to see some things like tape walk items, so I'll point those out to you too as we go on through. So as you walk in, you can kind of notice this nice grand entryway. There is a half bath to the side. We'll come back and look at that a little bit more, and we're going to head into the kitchen. You will notice with Windmill Homes in this product that there are a lot of higher end finishes. So we see granite countertops. You probably can't notice, but there is a quartz sink in here. You're going to see the cabinetry that goes all the way to the ceiling. They have the upper boxes. All of that is increased cost, but also increased luxury for you. Really nice higher end lighting fixtures that are in here. You're not seeing your standard nickel lighting fixtures. So take a look at that as we go through. Also to note in here is we have a lot of drawers, drawer pools. So in some of the builders that you've noticed, they haven't had any pools on the cabinetry. All of those things are a builder that is elevated in style. This home also has a nice large pantry, walk-in pantry. I love a walk-in pantry. It's like going to the grocery store. All your chips are lined up. And you'll also notice too, as we walk through this home, that they have LVP all throughout the main floor, so no carpet. Again, a higher end finish for the product that's here. Also, you're going to notice full tile backsplashes, vent hood, a gas range. All of the appliances are included here. So keep those in mind. If you've watched some of our other tours, you know some of the builders aren't offering those things. This is definitely a higher end product over here in Windsor. As we walk through this floor plan, you'll notice this nice big dining space. They have a 6-top table here. And there's probably room for an 8-top, maybe a little different chair. And certainly with how they have the flooring, if you do host bigger events, you could turn your table, you could fit more tables in here. This is a great layout for entertaining. And then you'll notice these really big sliding doors that they have here. This particular unit is on one of their bigger size lots. They call it a premium lot. It does have mountain views, which we'll know upstairs, and then it backs to the canal too. The backyard goes all the way to the side, but you'll notice a fully covered patio, and it's not just a single slab. It's probably 16 square feet about. So notice that they have the stoned pillars. So again, a little bit bigger, better upgrades here in this plan. As we move from here, we go into the the living room. You'll notice that they have a gas fireplace, and they do have the fully tiled on both sides, so it's not just a front facade of that, it does come all the way around. And they have this fully wrapping mantle as well as some shiplap up top. All of those things that we've seen in other builders are upgraded features. So as you're looking at this 860 in Windsor, this is what you're getting here for that. Otherwise, to note in here, these are 9-foot ceilings. Some of the product we've seen are 10-foot ceilings. And you'll notice some of the doors as we go throughout are 7-foot doors. The exterior doors are higher, they're 8-foot doors. So a few more things to note. And then as we come back into the entry, they do have a little coat closet here for your guests, your vacuum. But then we come into this full mud space, which is really nice. It is private. You probably could put a door there. They don't have that there now. Then you have this full built-in for the mudroom. They do have a totally separate full-length coat closet in here as well. And then this particular home has what they're calling a 3-car tandem garage. I prefer to call these 2-car tandems because you only have 2 front-facing garage doors, and then if we head over to the left is where you'll see that tandem space. Something to point out in here too is this really is a true tandem garage. You probably could fit a full-size vehicle back there. whereas some of the others you could not. Also to note in here, there are some transom windows in here. They are offering the full lift system for the garage door. But again, you're getting the, it's not plywood, particle board stairway as you're coming in. So not a higher end product like a cement or a Trex. So just little things that we point out and look at as we're going through homes. And then we're gonna come back in and we'll check out that little half bath at your front entry before we go and head upstairs. So just a standard half bath, but if you'll notice the mirrors, the lighting, everything is a little bit higher end than what we've been noticing before. So I just want to point all of that out. Okay, we saved you the pain of walking up the stairs this time. Just to point out, they do have these wood balusters, and then they have the iron, not banister, that's not the right word, but wood and iron, not just a standard wood staircase. So nice features. And then up here, they have this really nice play area, extra office area, storage. You could do some really nice built-ins here, so your choice, but just an extra space to get kind of away from the main open living space. And then right here at the top of the stairs is where they've situated the laundry room. If you come on in here, it's actually pretty big. One thing to note, there is no sink in here, so just something to note, but they are giving you some upper shelving. You could obviously take those out and put in cabinetry, and then you have this nice big window, which I'm a fan of windows in every room, so pro there. Also to note, there is full tile in here, and then these are quartz or a Corian countertop as well. So they have taken those high-end finishes all throughout the home. So as we come back out here, this is a 4-bedroom home, so I don't think I mentioned that. First, we're gonna stop and go into the bathroom. That's for the secondary bedrooms here. Like I said, it's still under construction, so there are some things, again, we've talked about blue tape walks or punch lists that you're gonna notice here. But again, dual sinks, they have the hardtop counters. They do have all of the dovetail drawers that come all the way out, and then they're all self-closing as well. So again, those nicer finishes and features that you're going to see in these elevated homes. This one also has a fully tiled floor. I love this tile. I don't know that I would love cleaning it with all the grout lines. And then notice too, they have the fully tiled dual shower and bath here. So again, I love to see the tile go all the way up to the ceiling, that your full wet area is fully tiled. And then this is probably what I would consider the tertiary bedroom. Really nice size here. I don't have exact measurements, but I'm gonna venture to guess it's around 14 by 14 in here. They do have a standard closet, but they don't have the wire shelving. They have the wood built-ins in there. So just again, those little elevated features that make your home feel a little bit higher end. If you can notice the lighting too, it's not just your standard boob lighting or canned lighting. They do have some nicer fixtures throughout this home. Then they have a little storage or linen closet here at the end of the hallway, and then the secondary bedroom. This is an interesting bedroom because it does have a deck off of it, but it's not the primary suite. So they have it staged like an office. So we'll head out here too and look at this. This is a beautiful deck. So this would be a great floor plan for somebody who's needing an office and wants some outdoor space as well. All right, so this is that deck. Something to note is that it does have the Trex decking. It does have an iron railing, and then it has a little bit more privacy wall surrounding it. One of the great things about this neighborhood, and I don't think you can really tell in the video, is that they have beautiful mountain views. The canal that runs to Windsor Lake is right behind this property, and Windsor Lake is right there. There is a trail system here as well. So Greenspire, again, a little bit higher pricing, but great if you're looking for some of those outdoor features, that true Colorado feel. I am going to note something else out here. I don't think you're going to be able to see it on the video, but just something that I'm seeing as a realtor out here. They do have upgraded exterior lighting out here, and they've also painted all of the gutters and the downspouts to match the house. So again, in some of those builders where they're trying to hit a price point, they are not doing those upgraded features because it is elevated cost for them. Now we're gonna go into the primary suites. So again, in here, lots of windows. I love that. They have these big windows on the front, 2 transoms, so you can actually still fit a headboard here. They're not all the way to the ground, so everybody can see into your nightstands. But really good size primary on the front of the home here. And then as we come into the primary suite, you're gonna notice again those upgraded features that I talked about. The tile flooring, the hardtop counters. They do have a split sink area. They have a standalone bathtub that has that fully tiled surround around it, as well as this big walk-in shower. As you come into, you'll notice the shower has a bench. We have a private toilet in the back. And then your primary closet splits your 2 sinks as well back here. Lots of nice space. Again, they have those nice wood built-ins in the closet. They have these upgraded mirrors, upgraded lighting. So all of those features that when you walk into a home that's builder grade and you want to change, they've already taken care of that for you in here. So from here, we'll go show you the finished basement that this plan has, and then we'll finish up. Okay, we've made it down to the basement. So luckily they do have a finished basement here. You'll notice there is 1 bedroom down here. Again, pretty decent sized bedroom. I'd probably say this is a 9 by 10. You'll notice this light's a little bit low because they have that drop ceiling, probably due to venting, but still a decent size. Still the nice closet upgrades in here and a nice big window. Additionally, down here they have another full bathroom, so that's really nice. You'll notice, again, great big mirrors, nice cabinetry. They have fully tiled floor to ceiling, tile on the floor. So they took that all throughout, which is really nice, not just in the primary suite or a main floor bathroom. And then down here, you have this nice open living room space. I do actually like how this living room is set up because there's kind of 2 portions of it. I could see this being like a gaming area, your pool table, your poker table, maybe an additional TV, and this is kind of like your Nintendo area. And then over here, much bigger space, plenty of room for your L couch. I think you could probably get it down the stairs. The turn at the end is going to be a little bit tight, but you know, lots of space. You could even have a full screen down here. So really nice laid out living room space in the basement. And then we'll point out too, they do have a Navion tankless hot water heater. They have the furnace with the humidifier on it and a little bit of storage space there. And then there's some understairs storage space as well back here. So not a ton of storage space, but at least enough to get you by. Some of the homes we've seen have had none, so keep that in mind here. Okay, so we came out into the backyard to finish up here. I just wanted to show you the profile from the back and also kind of give you some scale of the lot. Again, this is an 11,000 square foot lot, so a 1/4 of an acre. Not all of the lots in here are that size. You would pay a premium and an upgrade to get a lot like that, but just so you know what is available out here. Also to note, on the back side of this, you're seeing siding, a tiny bit of stone. The front of it really had that beautiful facade with more stone and some differences in coloring there. But you're still getting a really beautiful facade. You can see a little bit better that upper deck that's over the garage, as well as access from your garage here as well. So to finish up, again, we are out here today at Windmill Homes. This is their Fairplay model out at Greenspire. Thank you for stopping by. Like and subscribe below. Hey, we moved over to the Durango model with Windmill Homes. We are still out in Greenspire at their Windsor Lake community. We're gonna check out this ranch style home, so a little different than the 2-story we were just in. If you don't know the term ranch, it's a 1-story home. Just to showcase a little bit, this does have a nice covered front patio. It's very welcoming and has quite a bit of room for some patio furniture, something of that nature. You may also notice some differences from the last home that we were at. That one had some stone, a different siding look. It had more of the board and batten style, where this has more of a hardy board style. So, and then brick here versus the stone. So some differences that you can see out here. Really like that in this community. We've seen some stucco as we've been traveling through the neighborhood. So little bit different homes out here. Again, gives this community that elevated style. So let's go on in and look at this Durango. Okay, so the price point of this home is $753,825. That's what they're asking here. Just some specs before we get into it. 4-bedroom, 4-bath. This is 3,377 square feet total, and it has 1,686 on the main level and 1,691 down in the basement. The last home we were at was about 1,100 square feet on the main floor, so about 500 more square feet of bedroom size essentially on your main living area here in this one. So as we come through this one, you'll see they have a half bath just right off of the entryway. Some other things you're gonna notice, they do have the 5-inch trim in here, and the last one they had like a 3-inch with some design detail. As we come through here, we are in the laundry room. I have to say, this is my least favorite laundry room. I'm not a fan of laundry rooms that come in from the garage, but this is where your garage entry is on this ranch floor plan. We will come out here, and I just want to note that this one does have a true 3-car garage, and we haven't really seen that in some of our recent home tours. So you see it actually does have the double door and then a single door. They do have one transom window that you can't see right now, and then they also have the access door. And some of the builders we've been at, that access door is an additional cost. I think Bridgewater has that as an upgrade. So just some little things to note while we're out here in this 3-car garage. But very standard, not a lot of oversized areas for like your lawnmower and things of that nature. But then we come back in through this laundry room. Again, there's no sinks here in their laundry room, so just something to note. Then you open up into this wide open living area. They do have the vaulted ceilings in here, and these are 10-foot ceilings all around, and then with the additional vault. So that does make these ranches feel a lot more open and a lot more welcoming. So you come in through this main living space into the kitchen and the dining room. So again, to note, in the kitchen, they do have the hardtop counters. They have the quartz sinks, which are definitely an upgrade in most builders. This home particularly has this different kind of style of cabinetry. It's a little more modern, maybe Scandinavian feel. They do have a small pantry. The last one had a full push-in gas range. This one has a smooth top. It might be induction, and then it has kind of the double oven microwave combo as well. So you can see when you come to Windmill, you do have some different options and really some different looks, so you can really make this home more your style. And again, I want to point out the lighting, the fans, all of the extra fixtures. They are a much higher end than we typically see in new construction. So this particular floor plan has a little bit smaller dining area. It still has a 6-top table here, but you can tell that it is a little bit more squished in this area. And then we're not going to go outside on this one. This lot is only 7,000 square feet. So like we mentioned, there are quite a few different lot sizes here. But again, I just want to point out the nice big doors. And then something else to point out, in the last model, you might have noticed that there was kind of a tan door and window color package. This one has the black. All of those are upgrades that we're seeing when we go to the contractors. So just keep that in mind, that they are putting in some of these finishes that are definitely higher end. I will note that they do not have fully cased windows here, just the bottom casing, but at least they're putting in some bottom casing, not just all rounded drywall. So other than that, we have a beautiful fireplace. Again, it has that full tile wraparound and the full mantle. Here, the secondary bedroom is going to be right off of the kitchen here. So this floor plan really is probably more ideal for somebody that's looking for an office or only needs one additional bedroom on the main floor, because there's only two. There's the primary and then the secondary. This makes a great guest room and a great office. It is off of the front of the house, so you don't have a front view. So that's kind of nice. People aren't looking directly into a bedroom, but still a really nice big window. And another feature is that this home does have an ensuite in the secondary. So again, this ensuite has fully tiled floors. It has the quartz countertops, and it has the fully tiled showers. So great features, again, that we aren't seeing in a lot of places. Another thing I like, and I don't know if you can tell this through the video, but they did kind of a mixed metals theme, and I am totally here for that. So you're gonna see some black, you're gonna see some chrome. So they really mix that up and it just gives the home a lot more warmth to it. So now we're gonna go check out the primary. As we walk by, you'll notice there is a little coat closet here. So no real mudroom space in this floor plan, so just something to keep in mind. Otherwise, we're in the primary, and I kept my paper with me this time. So this is a 15 by 15 square foot. Again, we are on the back side of the house, so your primary doesn't have a front-facing window, which is really nice. And again, just to note, the big windows, the transom window. I believe that this is probably a queen size bed. It's probably a stage bed, it's probably really a blow up bed, but you certainly could fit a king here with nice size end tables and still have plenty of room. There's plenty of room behind us too for a dresser, so lots of space in here. And then you come into this beautiful ensuite. I really like this ensuite. It actually has some elevated features that the last one didn't. They did a fully stoned floor in the shower, whereas the last one had fiberglass pan. You probably can't tell, but these are true tile floors in here. They have the nice 24 by 24 tiles. They have a big kind of rain shower head if you like that feeling of being in a thunderstorm. And again, fully tiled walls in here. The other thing they did is a fully tiled backsplash for all of the vanities, and then put the tub in the middle here. Really love this tile. If you buy this house, let me know how it cleans up before I put it in my house. But just some really nice features in here. A little bit different layout than you typically see. It does have a private potty, and then I like this closet a lot. So lots of space in here, room for a dresser if you'd like, kind of some separation between his and hers maybe, all hers. The other person can go in the secondary bedroom. Otherwise, this is the main floor, so we're going to start heading downstairs and check that fully finished basement out. All right, so we headed down now into the finished basement. One thing I want to point out while I'm standing here, there is kind of a bend in the staircase, but it does have an open railing, so I'm always thinking about how are people going to get their furniture down here. I do think you could fairly easily, without having much destruction, get a pretty big couch down here, and then they did leave this portion open, which is super, super helpful. So little thoughtful things that are very helpful. As we go this way, you're going to see the big living room. Again, it has kind of a little odd shape to it, but I think that would really help delineate different areas. So again, lots of wall space for whatever you may like. Whether that's a full screen, 80-inch TV, and then maybe like a gaming area, a sitting area, some type of cozy place to be. And then in this one, they actually have a pretty decent storage area in this unfinished portion. I could really see some of this being utilized for maybe like a workout space back here, and you would still have sufficient storage for your Christmas tree or what have you. Again, they do have the built-in radon out here. They have the tankless hot water heaters. They're offering the humidifiers on their furnaces. All of those things are either not offered or can be upgrades at other builders. So some things to know out here. Also, you might have seen a sump pit in the last one, and it's standing back here as well. So there is a higher water table here in Water Valley area. So some things to note if you're coming to Northern Colorado, you're unfamiliar with that. They do have some active sump pumps to make sure that water is staying away from the house and the foundation. Otherwise, down here is 2 bedrooms. So as a reminder, this is a 4-bedroom house. There were 2 bedrooms upstairs and 2 bedrooms downstairs. And both of these are pretty standard size. So 12 by 13. I believe this one's the smaller of the 2. Down here you can see they went with the white window package and kind of just a single color theme, so you can really make it your own down here. But again, they stuck with the higher ceilings down here, so it makes it feel a lot brighter and more open. And then splitting these 2 rooms is a full bathroom. Again, tile on the floor, tile all the way to the ceiling in there, just kind of your standard bathroom, but upgraded features that we've talked about throughout all of Windmill's homes. And then here is the final bedroom down in the basement. So again, just a standard bedroom. This one's 13 by 14. So just as a recap, this is Windmill Homes out at Greenspire here in Windsor. Thanks for coming along with us today. If you are interested in any of Windmill's homes, please reach out to me. We would love to get you some more information. We can go and sit down with the builder, make some phone calls, send some emails. Please remember to like, subscribe, click the little bell. So every week you can get new video tours as they come available, and you can go across the Northern Colorado Front Range with me as we see all things new construction for the life you are building.